I have another very interesting endgame study in front of me right now. Black just played a2, which is a major blunder and allows for a mate in 5 for white. We only have a rook and a knight, however we're still going to be able to mate him. We have to be very precise though, and it's very difficult to see why. So the first thing you should notice here if you're playing white is the enemy king is completely boxed in and has no legal moves. We only have a knight and a rook, however, so the only checkmate you would be able to see here immediately is knight f4, knight h4, and then to g6, which would be a checkmate, of course. So we have to find the best move here, knight f4 or knight h4. There's only one of them that works. I'll start with showing the one that doesn't work, which is knight f4. The reason this doesn't work is because of bishop c2, covering the g6 square. We aren't out of ideas yet. We go rook a5, trying to go rook h5 and deliver the checkmate anyways. You have to see that king here doesn't work because it's still a checkmate because of the knight covering the g6 square. So he can't come king h7 now. However, there is one other move he has to defend, which is bishop d1, saving the preventing us from coming to the h5 square with our rook. Now we can go rook a7 again, trying to go knight g6 again. And he goes bishop c2 again, which eventually leads to a draw, which is the best you can get out of this situation if you put your knight on f4. There's one other thing I want to show you. It is rook a6. This doesn't work because he can go king h7 now. And now there's no check here, there's no entry for the knight. And here comes the big difference between this situation and the previous situation. If we put our knight on h4, it does work, and there's no king h7 for black. So in this situation he does the same. He goes bishop c2 covering the g6 square. We go rook a5 trying to go rook h5. He goes bishop d1 covering the h5 square. And now we go rook a6, and this is the winning idea and the only move that works. And the reason is if he goes here, we can go knight f5, and now there's no way to prevent us from coming to h6 with our rook and delivering checkmate. Even if you promote, this is simply a checkmate. There's one other line I wanted to show you, which is instead of going king h7, he can try to protect this g6 square again. However, this doesn't work because there's rook h6, and after blocking with the bishop, there's knight g6, another very nice smothered mate here, and there's nothing he can do. The bishop is pinned. Hope you liked the puzzle. See you in the next one. Bye.